Hola y bienvenidos a episode 4, Fighting for Churros. We would like to wish everyone a very happy National Hispanic Heritage Month. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of those Hispanic athletes. We've got MIZZ Ms. El Paso representing Mexico today. Myself, Elena, representing El Mago. That's the Javi Bios from Mexico. And Brittany, of course. Who else would she be representing but Justin Fields? Non-Latino Justin Fields.
Yes.
Love him.
So what's everybody drinking today?
Well,
thank you for asking.
Yes, thank you very much for asking. My name this evening, Nomar Churros, describes estoy una dieta. So I am drinking Michelob Ultra Seltzer, which has 0 sugar and only 2 carbs.
Why? Because you think you're fat? You could drink a whole beer.
I'm probably not going to be in the best mood this evening.
Brittany, what about you?
Well, I just killed this before we started. Southern Star Bombshell. And then I'm having a sophisticated glass of tequila.
Oh, my favorite. I am having Flor de Caña with Coke in a Corona glass.
Doubling up on Latin
doubling that all the way up. But nothing can be more in the mood than your trip that you guys took this weekend. So you guys took a trip somewhere down south. Is that correct?
We did. We went down south to Mexico.
I mean, she's already calling us out, Brittany. We just got started. And she already wants to know the secrets. Real quick, Derek, Oktoberfest, great beer there. Hello, hola, mis primos. My cousins are online. I mean, we'll get more into Mexico later, but I know that Brittany wants to start us off with our athlete of the week, who just so happens to be Nomar Garcia Parra. Brittany, what you got?
So I've got him as a shortstop, first base, and third base player. He's a 6-time All-Star winner. He played 9 seasons with the Boston Red Sox, and then he played for the Cubs, the Dodgers, and the Oakland A's. I might be missing one, but something really cool about him is he's married to Mia Hamm, who is a professional soccer player. She's an Olympian and World Cup winner, so little sidebar on that. A little fun fact, he's also he's the sole player to hit 2 Grand Slams at Fenway while playing for the Boston Red Sox.
In the same game.
In the same game. Correct. So.
Wow. And how do you pronounce his name again?
No. Nomar Garcia Parra.
Woo! I'm impressed.
That was good.
Spanish.
Yes. So in the comments, he's also a Tar Heel, so representing UNC there as well.
Wow. And he was born in California, though, right?
Yes.
I think he went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, he went to Georgia Tech. Faustina, are you sure about that? He went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
not take the comments seriously.
Clearly.
California to Georgia Tech is pretty gusty, I think, to go from the West Coast to the South. But you know what actually went up north? Or no, I should say went south is Devin Clark's teeth and the UFC fight against Ion. Did you guys see that photo, that gruesome photo of his teeth? Legit going south. Like it was all the way back.
Okay, correction. Sorry. They were talking about, the comments were talking about Mia Hamm went to UNC.
Wow, that's quite a name.
That's a lot. It's a lot. I like it though. I respect it.
I didn't actually watch the fight, but I did see all of the videos and the pictures. And, you know, you just don't mess with those Eastern Europeaners.
No, you don't.
Kyle's from, where is he from? Moldova? Yeah, he's from Moldova. And
so for those who didn't watch, it was Ion versus, and I keep saying Ion, it could be Ion. So forgive me on that, but it was him versus Devin Clark. And in the second round, Ion took a knee to his face and pretty much like just the bottom of his teeth just went in. And what was so commendable about this guy, Devin, is that he went to the corner and came back to finish the fight. He didn't, third round, everything. Like he went all the way. Unanimously, he lost. But wow, I mean, pain tolerance is incredible, and his wanting to just get back in the game was commendable. So I give him mad props for that.
Well, you don't know this, but I got you all a present from Mexico, and it is to help protect your grills so we don't end up like Devin.
Although that grill looks really messed up.
I got you all Luchadores, Lucha Libre masks.
Yes.
Perfect.
For Tacolandia.
Maybe
yes.
Code.
I'll wear that.
Yeah, I definitely will too. But back to that UFC fight, I am looking forward to seeing more. I don't know who the next fight is, but I'm now interested and invested in watching this. But there was a lot of games this Sunday. Rams, Cowboys, Cardinals, Titans. A lot of sweet wins that were maybe 1 point off. Did you guys watch any of these? Yeah.
As we mentioned, we did not watch any sports this weekend. However, I did watch all of the highlights, and I watched last night's game because I really wanted to see the Lions pummel the Green Bay Packers, which did happen the first half. Well, I wouldn't say pummel, but they were leading within the first half. And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers, magic. I don't think he was drunk yesterday. He actually came back and they won the game. So a little bit upset. I wanted to see the Lions take down the Packers for the second weekend in a row. And speaking of week 3, there are now 4 teams from the same division in the power rankings. And that is the NFC West. And you rarely, if ever, see that happening. Now, I do have a little beef with the power rankings because they have the Miami Dolphins ahead of the Bears, which makes zero sense to me. So please, those of you in the comments, help me understand how the Dolphins can be ahead of the Bears in the power rankings. Is it just because everyone hates Andy Dalton? They don't want him starting? We don't either. As you can see, Brittany has her Fields jersey on. And
neither did Cincinnati. They shipped him off.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody shipped him off. But, you know, Fields did get to play because Andy Dalton, and I'm, very sorry that he hurt his knee and he is out, and Fields should be starting the next game as well. But, yeah, I think we need to take a look at these power rankings. Most impressive for me so far this season has been the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, which really hurts us in Houston, Texas, because they have all of the Texans players, but they are looking fantastic. And you're right, Misty, those games this weekend, these were the games I should have been watching because they were so close. They were fantastic, fantastic games. Who do you guys have for the Super Bowl? Who do you think's going to win? You got the Bucs.
Well, I lied. I did watch a little bit of a game, and that was the Chiefs and Ravens, and it was really great. We actually put it on. Owen and I put it on for the fourth quarter, and it was so fun to watch because it was just a battle down to it. So,
yeah, that was also a great game. And hey, our producer coach's team, Cowboys won. What is it, 56-yard kickoff?
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm like, and next team that we're talking about. So, Elena, to answer your questions, the reason why the Dolphins are ahead of the Bears is because Dolphins swim faster. That's what I'm assuming is the reason why they're ahead of them. I cannot watch NFL games unless I'm with a group of people. And also, it's just too much for me. I get sensory overload because of how many fantasy football leagues I'm in, because I'm always rooting for certain players and not necessarily the team. So it's not as fun to watch for myself. But I did enjoy seeing Aaron Jones from the Packers do all those, 17 yards, he rushed 17 yards and had like 67, I don't know, something, one touchdown. It was enough to make me win one of my leagues because I had him on there.
I'm guessing he must be on your fantasy team. Has to be.
Oh, only on one, but that was enough. It was the big money one.
I was gonna say, y'all better be careful what you say about those Cowboys, because I see that we have a bunch of Cowboys fans on the comments.
Lindsay.
Of course, Coach is putting up all the Go Cowboys because he's a Cowboys fan.
Of course.
We need B. Jones comment here because he's going to hate on the Cowboys for sure.
The Cowboys, like I said last week or the week before that, the Cowboys are going to be like the Raiders back in the early 2000s. Like, nobody's going to care. It'll be only those certain fans. They're going to care. And they'll have to have Emmanuel Lewis come back and have a song for them. Is there a Cowboys song? Because if there is, I really want to hear it.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Chicago Bears. All right, I said I wasn't going to sing this evening, so that's all that is right there.
Speaking of singing,
Oh, what about
Elena?
Singing?
Little fun bit from Mexico. Elena karaoke'd along with Lindsay, who's watching here. But Elena nailed it. She serenaded the entire crowd, which when we started, there was only like maybe 10 or 15 people in there. And by the time there was at least 50, I would say.
Wow.
And she was called a songbird. That's her new nickname.
And I was told, go take your title back, Queen. I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Okay, what song did you like kill?
All of them.
I finished with Bobby.
Bobby McGee?
Yeah, I did Amy Winehouse, and then I finished with Bobby McGee, which I don't think actually anyone in the entire restaurant knew, but they thoroughly enjoyed it regardless.
That's all that matters. It's all for the fans. It's always for the fans. And I will take back what I said. There's one thing about the Cowboys I do like, and that's the Cowboy cheerleaders, although this season of making the team really sucks. So it's pretty much mimicking the team right now, and it's very disappointing. But going into celebrity gossip, got a little bit for you guys. Adele has a boyfriend, and I'm so excited about it. His name is Rich Paul. And funny enough, this is a little fact about him. He used to sell jerseys outside the stadium in his trunk. And LeBron James went up to him and saw a Warren Moon authentic jersey, and they sparked up a conversation, exchanged numbers, and before you know it, he became one of his managers.
Wow.
And so because of that, he had this hustle, and he manages a lot of athletes. And that is Adele's new boyfriend. So we're going to start seeing her at a lot of games, I would assume, and we'll start seeing her here. Hopefully she'll have another concert.
I would love to see Adele at an NBA game.
Right? Oh, man. I would. Yeah. No, she seems like a person that I would want to hang out with. So, yeah, Adele.
I'm glad that she has a boyfriend, but is it sad that I hope they break up because she'll write some more songs?
That's what I was gonna say. I can't wait for the new album when they break up.
She is like your go-to breakup songwriter. Everything.
Well, she actually had an album that she did not release after her divorce. So I'm trying to find out what's on that album. I want to hear that. She needs to go ahead and release that one. It was supposed to be out. It was supposed to be out last December, and it never came out. So yeah, Adele, come out with it. The other thing that happened in Married at First Sight, Bao and Jenny did the chicka chicka bow wow this episode that just passed. It was funny because this chick, like, he told her, hey, listen, I don't even think I'm really into you. You're not really my type. You're not hitting everything on my checklist. Before you know it, they did the deed. And the day after, he was like, girl, come here. Like, you are my woman. So I was like, Jenny, she put it on him. And then there was this little part where she says, I'm like a parasite. I got into your heart. And I was like, girl, like, you, wow. Like, I don't know, that part.
Terrible analogy. It's a terrible analogy.
Terrible, but she's winning. So she's doing something right. I was like, let me become a parasite. Let me figure out how to be a tapeworm. Like, let me yeah, bad analogies. I'm here for that all day. Let
me be a tapeworm. Do you even realize what you're saying? I don't think you realize what you're saying.
I don't know. I mean, it's working for her, and I'm single, so I got to figure out what kind of something I got to be to get into somebody's body.
So yeah, hey, I don't know. I think tapeworm works in the analogy because then they're always hungry for you, Misty.
Well, if you have a tapeworm, you lose weight because it eats everything. It literally is a parasite.
Works both ways, so he'll be very happy. Anybody who wants a tapeworm, I'm here for you.
Anybody who wants to date a parasite, Misty's available.
I'm here with the flor de caña. The last thing I have is well, hoping that this doesn't have any worms are the dishes that are going to be served at the Top Chef season this year in Houston. And I think I can speak for a lot of people in Houston. We are so excited to see this happen. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to tune in. We did have one of the finalists in Houston. Well, one of the finalists is from Houston, Dawn Barnell, who's also an Olympian. So shout out to her. But oh my gosh, if anybody has extra tickets for Restaurant Wars, we want to be there. Or any tickets just to preview any of the food, we want to be there. So yeah, Top Chef, let's get it. And that's it for Celebrity Gossip. But I'm ready to hear some music. Elena, you going to sing to us like you did?
No. I've lost my voice, guys. Too many encores in Mexico. So, by the way, Misty, I don't know if you're watching the chats, but you got the comments going crazy with that tapeworm talk. So, and B Jones, thank you for saying that it's Sports Life Talk South and then Adele. We appreciate that. This hype man, B Jones. Okay, so for this week's playlist, we are going with walk-up songs in regards to how the Latin players have now brought in the ultimate hype music for their walk-up songs in the reggaeton genre. Ooh. So the Spotify playlist of the week is Reggaeton Classics by Spotify. I'm going to make it very easy this week for you guys to look that up. Type in reggaeton, and it's the first one that comes up. But there are some again, it's another 5-hour playlist, so you're not going to run out of music. And Pun Pun by El General, which is like is known as the original reggaeton song, which if you don't know where reggaeton came from, it actually started in Panama and then to New York and then to Puerto Rico. So a lot of people think that now Puerto Rico definitely made it as famous as it is today, but it did start in Panama and then to New York and then down to the PR. And reggaeton is basically dance hall Jamaican music with Spanish for the lyrics instead of English. And then, of course, they brought in hip hop, and that's kind of where the New York dance hall, New York, and hip hop came into play. And then also you hear a lot of songs that have a merengue, bachata, and salsa influence as well. So one thing that you can also check out in regards to that is there is a new Spotify original podcast called Loud, and that is the history of reggaeton. And it is the host is Evie Queen, who happens to be one of my most favorite reggaetoneras from Puerto Rico. So I'm on episode, I think, 5 or 6, and I'm completely enthralled. I listen to it on the way to work and on the way home from work, and then I get into work and I'm like, boom, boom, so definitely check that out, get your groove on, and yes, keep those walk-up songs with the reggaeton. We love it. It gets the crowd super hyped.
I love reggaeton for spinning. For whatever reason, that beat just, you hit that pedal, except I do the slower beat part, just like boom, boom, boom. I can't do the one that you were talking about, that boom, 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 boom. Yeah, no, too fast. But yeah, that's a good, so Loud is the playlist.
Loud is the original podcast. Reggaeton Classics is the playlist.
Got it. Okay.
I didn't know the history of that, so that was actually pretty cool to learn. I had no idea.
I have a lot more to say, actually, but we don't have time for it. So
no, because we have to talk about somebody very historic who everybody hates, including the organization, not the team. The organization hates them. Who is the player hater?
Well, that player hater this week is the millionaire that should be the billionaire. But because he is surrounded by yes men, Vince McMahon is the most hated owner and villain for wrestling. He owns the WWE. For those that don't know who Vince McMahon is, he is not only the owner, but he also has to have the spotlight as a wrestler as well. And his wrestlers and we all know that WWE is scripted, but if they do not follow every detail, if they miss one word, fined and suspended, which is absolutely ridiculous. So basically it gives the wrestlers no personality. He has let go of multiple big names. He has a fetish for blondes. So the females, the brunettes, never win because he likes the blonde. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to be the one winning this SmackDown, Brittany, not you, just because Vince is going to curate that. And I mean, there's so many stories, not only of his mismanagement of his talent, but on screen, he actually had his own daughter, Stephanie McMahon, kidnapped by The Undertaker. I can't believe I'm actually talking about this.
I can't believe you know this.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I cannot believe you know this.
I mean, I know more about wrestling and luchadores than you would think that I do. But she was kidnapped by The Undertaker and had to be saved by Steve Austin. He set this up because he hates Steve Austin. And it turns out that the higher power, which had The Undertaker kidnap his own daughter, happened to be who, Coach? None other than Vince McMahon. So that's when the crowd really started to hate him. He also goes on to beat up his own daughter in a SmackDown and leaves with some other woman. I don't even remember her name. And the wife has to tend to her. And that's like, he's the ultimate villain. So if you like Vince McMahon, you obviously don't have a daughter.
So he's a heel.
He is a heel.
First of all, he's slimy. He's slimy. And when it was the WWF, I watched in high school. We used to watch those. Whatever they were on pay-per-view or whatever.
Bushwhackers. They were my favorite.
I like
Bushwhackers. That's how old I am.
That's a good drink. Bushwhacker. You can get a drink called that down here.
I liked Hulk Hogan, obviously because he had the best cereal, and then the $1 Million Man because I thought his belt was dope. I was like that whole bling bling. I was like yes, but those are the only two I can remember, and that I followed a little bit.
I like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was just like,
well, he saved Stephanie, Brittany. So he's
a hero. He is a hero. So that's why I like him. I look up to him now because he's a hero of mine.
Now, just to keep with the theme a little bit here on Hispanic Heritage Month, you are seeing a lot more luchadores in American fighting. So lucha libre, which means free form fighting, is extremely popular in Mexico. And I'm pretty sure Derek and Elena, two of our viewers, have actually been to a lucha libre fight in Mexico. And, they're known for their holds, and then they're free flying. So they do a lot of jumps off of the top rope and off of things. And they also fight in trios, which you don't see that very often in WWE or American wrestling.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm jumping into? Churros at night shift. Okay, so y'all, it's called Fighting for Churros. Me and Elena went and had churros at night shift, and we fought for these churros. The best that you're probably going to have in Houston, in my opinion. I know that there's others, and I think Elena has gotten a write-in vote from someone.
We do. We have a write-in vote from Cody Laird at Go Expeedy. Hi, family. Go Expeedy. And he says that Churroholic off of 249 is the best in Houston. Now, I'm pretty sure that's 249 Houston, not 249 as you're getting into, I don't know, those other suburbs. But
you only know one suburb around here. You only have to go to one.
The LC.
The LC.
Yeah, no, so the thing about the churros at night shift is that the person who is a chef there, actually, his family owns a Shipley's. And so one of the things that and he also has a tattoo of Shipley's on his hand or on his forearm. But he said that he knows his way around dough, and he does, because that churro is amazing. It's perfectly done. But I want to go to this one at 249, Churroholics. If you want a nice, cheap churro, you can go somewhere east of Houston. That's just, it's fantastic, but I'm never going to disclose where that's at because nobody needs to know.
Hidden gem. It's your hidden gem.
It is the thing I bring to parties, and people say, wow, this is amazing. I'm like, I know, I slaved all day. It was hard.
You got to slide into those DMs if you want to know where that churro place is.
Okay, so that churro from the east side is my tapeworm. I bring that to a dude like, here you go. And I'm a tapeworm for him.
B. Jones will take you when you get here.
We're going to have to blindfold you, though, B. Jones.
So really quick, some things to do. Alejandro Fernandez is going to be at Sugarland on September 24th. Chef Fest is in Richmond this year, September 26th. But enough about things to do in Houston. I want a quick synopsis of this trip in Mexico. We said we'd get back to it. All I heard was Elena saying, and you guys didn't watch football.
Luckily, we only have a minute left, Brittany, so we don't have to disclose that much.
Well, we spent more than a minute finding Elena's phone in the ocean because she dropped it in the ocean.
I would just like to say
that was the highlight because we found it. Everyone was cheering. It was great. So the fact that Elena lost her cell phone in the ocean is probably all that you need to know about our Mexico trip.
And why you're drinking 2 drinks and Elena's drinking a Michelob Ultra.
Yes.
That's right.
For 20 minutes, my phone was from neck down. So that's about, I don't know.
5 days of activity in 12 hours. That's right. Many beers.
But yes, so 20 minutes. And I would just like to say big ups to Apple because after 20 minutes of being submersed in the ocean, My phone works perfectly fine. And thank you for Lindsay and Brittany to have the patience to look for it for 20 minutes. I appreciate it.
I think it was longer than 20 minutes. It was
For
probably.
Well, well, just like Elena lost her phone in the ocean, and we all looked. Well, we all didn't, but Brittany and Elena looked for it. It's the same way we would look for all the people who were watching today. If you guys ever drop off, we will look for you and hunt you down. So we hope to see you next Tuesday. Make sure to like and subscribe. Any last words?
No.
Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to watch the OG Sports Live Talk tomorrow, 8 p.m. live on the same YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, chat with us live. I might be sitting in tomorrow.
Ooh.
I'll watch.
All right.
I am the biggest fan. All right. That was fun, guys.